It's time for the Tuesday evening edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. This video is loaded with information, so let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it. 84 our high this afternoon. We had a forecast of 86, so it underperformed a little bit, but it was a warm day. 88 in Cleveland, 88 in Pittsburgh, and 92 down in New Philly this afternoon. We had a sun-filled morning and at least the first part of the afternoon. Now we started to see these thin cirrus clouds coming in as we got into the late afternoon and evening. Notice some showers are at 7:49, working their way into western Ohio. Not expecting this to make the trip all the way across the state tonight. I think we are dry, but clouds are going to increase, and that means a warmer night tonight. We were in the 50s last night. We'll be in the 60s for the overnight lows tonight. All right, tropical depression number 9. This is the system that was meandering around parts of the Caribbean forever. Big question has always been, what's this going to do? Well, this is still on track to become a tropical storm and impact the state of Florida over the next couple of days. This is expected to really get its act together tonight and tomorrow, and by Thursday afternoon and evening, most likely making a landfall across northwestern Florida, then perhaps impacting parts of the beaches of the Carolinas for Friday. So if you know anybody, if you have relatives or anybody vacationing down in this neck of the woods, this is, of course, of interest to them. Hurricane watch up for coastal sections of northwest Florida, and then tropical storm watches a little bit farther inland. I don't think the wind is necessarily going to be a real big deal with this. Some impacts, but the rain is going to be a big impact thing for Florida, maybe parts of coastal Georgia and South Carolina, maybe up into parts of southeast North Carolina as well. Some places might get 9, 10 inches, maybe even more of rain out of this in coastal sections of Florida. So that is the big news down in that part of the country. Now let's head out into the Pacific Ocean. This is Madeline, a hurricane, and a strong one at that. And look at the path of Madeline. There is a chance that Madeline actually makes landfall over the Big Island of Hawaii. Now, the most likely track is still south of the Big Island, but this could be a big impact deal for parts of Hawaii, believe it or not. This is very unusual for them. In fact, there's never in recorded history been a landfalling hurricane in the Big Island of Hawaii. So yeah, no surprise, hurricane warnings are up for the entire Big Island. So really interesting stuff down in the tropics. If you, again, know anybody vacationing Florida, southeast, or if they're lucky enough out in Hawaii, that is a big national weather story, no doubt. All right, back here at home. Our only chance for rain through Labor Day at least is tomorrow. We've upped our chances up to 60% of some showers. Midday into the afternoon, our rain chances really ramp up towards lunchtime tomorrow. I don't see a lot of thunder with this, but could there be a clap of thunder, particularly in the southern viewing area? Yeah, that's a possibility. And then we'll tend to see the sky try to clear tomorrow night before some lake effect clouds get going on Thursday. Now, if this were a January day, we'd be talking about lake effect flurries and squalls. Thankfully, it's not January. It is September on Thursday, September 1st, and there could be a sprinkle here and there. Don't think there's much, maybe a sprinkle. Otherwise, at times it's going to look kind of ominous on Thursday. But the bigger story is going to be the air mass change. We have got a much cooler day and a much less humid day and a breezy day coming up on Thursday. And then Friday may start with some clouds again, but I think the day ends pretty bright and sunny on Friday. Just a beautiful end of the day, setting the stage for a beautiful weekend. So your hour-by-hour forecast for the Canfield Fair on Wednesday, opening day. Rain chances increasing towards midday into the afternoon, then starting to tail off towards dinner time. So if you want to catch dinner at the fair on Wednesday, the later the better. Your rain chances decrease after particularly like 6 o'clock. Temperatures tomorrow are tricky. If the showers get in soon enough, it may not be much higher than 73, 74 degrees. Now we've got a forecast of 78 out. I might have to adjust that tonight at 11 as I look at new information, but it is going to be a different feeling day. Even though it will be more humid, it will be a cooler day. Now, our Canfield Fair forecast running all the way through the entirety of the fair. Boy, does it turn around in a hurry. Just a great forecast. Thursday, again, kind of cloudy at times and maybe even a sprinkle, but Friday turns out mostly sunny. Not a cloud to be found anywhere. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. You'll be able to count the clouds on one hand, literally, I think, all 3 days. And it is starting to warm up, but most importantly, the dew points stay pretty low all the way through Monday. So while Labor Day looks warm, it does not look all that humid. Of course, the Penguins taking the field Thursday evening in the home opener against Duquesne. It's a 7:30 kickoff. Storm Tracker 21, not only the official forecasters of the Canfield Fair, but of YSU football as well. And we are forecasting a very nice evening on Thursday. Kickoff temperature about 68, ending up in the lower 60s if you're heading to the game. Light sweatshirt may not be a bad idea. A little taste of fall in the air, appropriately enough, as the Penguins kick things off Thursday evening. All right, the cool down's not going to last. I've been talking about this for a while now. Temperatures ramp up over the weekend into Labor Day, and after Labor Day, it looks downright hot for the middle of next week. We could touch 90, I think, a couple of times during the middle of next week if everything works out all right. Kind of a late season heat wave, if you will. It'll be accompanied by an increase in humidity. So that stretch from Labor Day itself through the end of next week, this might be, the last hurrah of the really hot stuff for summer. But I think September overall is going to be a very warm month, but this could be the last time we string together 3 or 4 days in the middle and upper 80s for the summer and, early fall season. All right, so that's the way the temperatures look in the short term and in the medium range. My graphic will advance. Why doesn't this want to go? Well, my graphic doesn't want to advance, but I was going to tell you that it also looks like a dry pattern for the first half of September. Not expecting a lot of rain in the next couple of weeks. So we're heading back into a much below average regime for rainfall. We've made some progress in August, but I think we're going to reverse that trend during the first couple of weeks of September. Hopefully things will change in the second half of September. Sorry, for whatever reason, I can't show you that graphically. All right, that's weather for Weather Geeks tonight. I'll see you tonight on 21 News at 11, and I hope you have a great rest of this Tuesday.